Hi everyone, it's my greatest pleasure in meeting you all through this homeschooling. Today we are going to start a new chapter and the name of the chapter is Respiratory System. In every living cell, almost 5,000 chemical reactions takes place at any time. In order to carry out this chemical reaction, some physical activities and functions of living organs need some source, and that is energy. The source of energy in the cell is the organic molecule. In other words, the source of energy is glucose. Glucose is oxidized in every cell in the form of ATP in order to release energy. For this oxidization, ATP requires oxygen, and this oxygen comes into the body through respiration, and by this process energy is released. It also causes carbon dioxide and water get released from our body through breathing. And this chapter will help you to understand very clear about the respiratory system, their functions, and how we can help our respiratory system to be strong through exercises. Are you ready? Shall we move into the main parts? First of all, we are going to see about the general working of the respiratory system. First, we are going to look about general working of respiratory system. Oxygen is an important compound in which our life depends. It is essential to every cell, every organs in our body. It also helps to provide energy necessary for life. Oxygen is taken into our body through inhale and its byproducts are given out through exhale. Respiration is a process in which exchange of gases takes place in our body. That is interchange of oxygen. When we inhale, the fresh oxygen is deposited in the blood and the waste gas, that is carbon dioxide, is taken out. This is the place where we see the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide. The process of respiration involves lungs, respiratory tract, nose, mouth and all. Respiration is of two types. One is internal respiration or tissue respiration, and the second is external respiration or breathing. So now we will have a clear look about the internal respiration or the tissue respiration. Internal respiration or tissue respiration process takes place in tissues and cells. In respiration, oxygenated blood are carried to the tissues where the oxygen is used for energy production. This metabolic reaction produces carbon dioxide, and that carbon dioxide is carried through blood, and the blood carries the carbon dioxide towards the lungs, and that carbon dioxide is released from the lungs to the external respiration. You are clear, students? I will make it little more clear for you. See, every human being have lungs and tissues that present in the body. One thing you have to keep in mind that these tissues already contains carbon dioxide. How? The oxygen which was stored earlier, means before the energy was produced, the tissue had some oxygen which was taken from blood, and now the energy was used. Now carbon dioxide is occupied in the tissues. Now a person breathes in fresh air. This air contains oxygen, and this oxygen connects with the blood and becomes oxygenated blood. This blood becomes oxygenated blood, and this blood travels to the tissues. You are clear, students? A man breathes a fresh air, and this oxygen is taken by the blood and that blood become oxygenated, and that oxygenated blood goes to the tissue where energy producing process takes, and it gives the oxygen to these tissues and carries out the carbon dioxide. This blood carries the oxygen to this tissue and carries the carbon dioxide from this tissue which is available and comes back to the lungs. Clear, students? And from this lung, when a human being exhale or external respirate, this carbon dioxide goes out of the human body. This is called tissue respiratory system or internal respiratory system. One thing you should keep in mind, along with carbon dioxide, water also given out from the body. When exhale or external respiration takes place, along with carbon dioxide, water is also given out. We have a small reaction formula for this. It is available in your textbook, and now we will display in the board, and keep in mind you have to memorize that. Students, and one more thing that you have to keep in mind, that energy produced from tissue is called oxidation. Here, that energy producing process takes place, and the energy that comes out of the tissue is called as oxidation. Okay, for keep in mind, I am writing like energy here, and you should remember the name oxidation. The energy through this internal respiration, the energy that produced is called oxidation. You are clear, students? Okay, students, now we will go to the second type of respiration, that is external respiration, or it is also called as breathing. This respiration process takes place in lungs with the help of alveoli, that is air sacs. In air sacs, carbon dioxide diffuses from the blood and oxygen is fused in the blood. External respiration is also called as breathing. In external respiration, there are two actions. One is inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling are the two processes of external respiration. This breathing process oxygenates blood and it is purified, means the blood is purified by diffusing the carbon dioxide from the blood, and it also helps the fresh oxygen to be fused in the blood again. This external respiration helps the internal respiration possible, as oxygen-rich blood gets to different parts of the body. Again, I will make it easier for you. See, inhale takes place, the blood is oxygenated and it goes to the tissues, and the blood gives oxygen to the tissues, and the same blood carries out the carbon dioxide. Okay, and the same blood gives the oxygen first, next it carries the carbon dioxide and comes back to the lungs. You are clear up to here? And now the blood that contains carbon dioxide just diffuses the carbon dioxide out of the lungs. You are clear? One way, first it gets the oxygen. When we breathe, oxygen comes in, then the blood is oxygenated and it carries to the tissues, and this blood gives the oxygen to the tissues, and that blood, what it does, it carries out the carbon dioxide and comes back to the lungs. Then now this blood is impure, right? Because carbon dioxide present in the blood. So in the lungs, this blood gets purified by diffusing carbon dioxide out. When we inhale, oxygen goes in. when we exhale, carbon dioxide goes out. Okay. So now the person is exhaling. Now the carbon dioxide gone out. Now the blood became once again pure. Now it is very good blood. Now what it does, this blood again gets the oxygen. You clear, students? The blood which diffuses the carbon dioxide, now you see the oxygen, and now it goes to the tissues, and again it gets the carbon dioxide, then it comes to the lungs, and again it exhales the carbon dioxide. You are clear, students? This process is called as external respiration or breathing. You are clear, students? I hope that you are clear with the general works of respiration. There are two types of respiration. One is internal respiration or tissue respiration, and the second is external respiration or breathing. Now we are going to see the mechanism of breathing. Students, now we are going to see about the mechanism of breathing. Lungs are two thin-walled elastic sacs in the thorax. You can see in the picture of the lungs are given there. These lungs are made up of two thin-walled elastic sacs in the thorax. Thorax means the place that is present between the neck and the hip. This is an airtight cavity enclosed by the ribs from the side and the diagram below. If you have a look into this picture, this is an airtight cavity enclosed by the ribs. You can see that lungs are enclosed by the ribs from the side, and below the lungs you can see a curved shape, and that is called diaphragm. Any change in the thorax means any changes, physical changes in the thorax affects the volume of the lungs. First we will see about the inspiration or inhale. When we breathe in, muscle across the ribs contract. You can see in that picture. When we breathe in or when we inhale air, muscle across the ribs contract. It pulls the rib upward and sideward. If you look into the picture very carefully, when that human being is inhaling the air, the ribs and the muscle are contracting upward and sideward. In the same time, the muscle of the diaphragm contracts and flatten. Look carefully again in the picture. The lungs and the rib muscles are contracted upward and sideward so that they can be little bit bigger. At the same time, the diaphragm, the downside part of the lung, is flattened downside. Thus, size of lungs increase and there is increase in the volume. Due to this action, the size of the lungs increase and there is an increase in the volume. So the person can inhale more air. Due to this, low pressure develops in the lungs. When we are inhaling the air, low pressure in the lungs is developed. So the air is sucked inside through the nose and mouth. Now we are going to see when we breathe out how the lungs perform. Breathing out occurs when the muscle of the diaphragm and ribs relax. Breathing out occurs when the muscle of the diaphragm and the ribs relax. By this, the space is reduced and there is decrease in volume. Thus, high pressure develops in the lungs. So, air is pushed out. You can see very carefully in the picture. When exhalation is taken place, the rib muscles does not contract and the diaphragm does not move downside but it moves upside. See in the picture you can see that arrow mark, it is moving upside, where in inhalation the diaphragm moves downside. And when the body is at rest, the movement of the diaphragm alone is sufficient to fill and empty the lungs for breathing. When the body is at rest, there is no need of rib muscles to contract. But in the same time, the movements of the diaphragm alone is sufficient to fill and empty the lungs for breathing. During the rest, we breathe approximately 16 times in a minute. See, when we rest or when we sleep,
we breathe approximately 16 times in a minute. We inhale about 500 ml to 3000 ml of air in each breath. If there is increase of carbon dioxide in the blood, the rate of breathing is increased. See, if our blood have more carbon dioxide, then the rate of breathing is increased in order to purify the blood. When our body is engaged in physical activities, carbon dioxide concentration will rise. The rate of breathing can increase up to 50 times a minute. When we are involved in physical activities, the breathing can increase up to 50 times a minute. The age factor and level of fitness decide the efficiency of respiratory system. The age factor and level of fitness decide the efficiency of respiratory system.
I hope that you have enjoyed our class. The remaining part of this chapter will be taken in the next class. Stay tuned, subscribe to our channel, and you will get the notification when our class is uploaded in the YouTube. Thank you and have a good day.